Ayo, what is going on, you guys? Kinda Hancho here, and welcome back to another episode of Magayon. In this episode, we're going to be reworking again a lot of roads in the city. There's going to be a lot of changes you will see, especially later on in the live play, because I'm not quite satisfied with how our builds are connected with each other, and I'm going to be fixing the layout of the roads, fixing the scale of the city, and making the entire city feel more organic and more true to life as it actually is right now. So first, I'm going to be starting off by I actually rerouted the river, as you will see in the time lapse, and I will be demolishing some roads because some of them don't really make that much sense. And we had this river here, and we had a bridge. So now now that the river is rerouted through the other side, it doesn't cross the road anymore. I'm destroying that bridge and just making it flat. But there will be another river, a smaller creek, as you can see here, that I'm building. I'm going to be placing that will go in a similar location to where the river originally was, but it's gonna be a lot smaller. It's gonna be a very narrow one. It's just gonna, because Manila actually has a lot of esteros, but it's kind of polluted and crowded. But in Magayon, it will be Magayon, beautiful. So the way that I'm doing this rework is I'm actually overlaying the plan of Burnham, the plan for Manila by Daniel Burnham, and I should have done this before, but the scaling of the city, it should be larger than this, but we're scaling it down, so we're doing as we go. We're working with what we have, and this entire grid system here, this will all go away. And a while ago, you actually saw me place another train station. We're going to be building that in later episodes. A lot of builds are incomplete, and I haven't even finished some of the previous episodes, and I'm already tackling a new one, which is, it is what it is. But yeah, a lot of change. Change is the most constant thing that is happening in Magayon. And I'm rerouting the roads as well, making it more realistic, even though it's not. But I'm moving this development that it used to be so close to the center and moving it further away into the outskirts. I'm also deleting this palace right here. The palace will now be located further out into the hills so that it would be more accurate. I don't know, I'm going to be reworking some of the things, but the road here, as you can see, this one that I'm building, this will connect all the cities together, and it will be just a basic road, but I will have a much larger highway going on the outside, further out, and we're going to be having a literal a highway on the very outskirts, but because this is just going to be a bike lane, a wide avenue that goes around the entire city, which is nice. A lot of people are just biking in the city, which is also nice. They're actually walking because all the roads are connected, but sometimes I still want to see people driving cars, but I guess it is what it is. So we're also going to be building this up. So we're going to follow the plan that you can see here that is overlaid. I'm going to be following the grid layout that is written there. Here is going to be another square. Now, as I was developing the series and building, I noticed that we were lacking green spaces. Green spaces are very important, so I decided to plan that out more carefully and add actual green spaces in later episode. I mean, have spaces that will be green, dedicating them. And yeah, as you can see, we have diagonal roads and roads that are intersecting. It's just basically a grid. It's inspired by Paris. Magayon is now like a Paris-London type of feel. I mean, it's always what I've wanted, but sometimes it's a mix of everything. Depending on where you are in the city, sometimes it might feel a little European, a little Japanese, a little Southeast Asian, a little bit of everything. But I hope it works out in the end. And yeah, we have just basic grids here. The grids here are quite small. I'm planning that this would have been like the suburb way back when, because it's actually in the outskirts of a city, so this will be like where suburbs were. I'm thinking that the city developed first on the west side, and the east is the more recently developed. But on the outskirts of the city, it will be more suburban. But I think a Dutch suburban type, not the like American suburban with cars, but we will have something like that later on near Makati, Forbes Park. If you guys want to see Forbes Park, comment down below, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, reconnecting the roads. As you can see, we don't have the what do you call this, circumferential road going through here anymore. I moved that behind the train station, and I'm fixing up the grid here. I like the grid. It's organic and planned at the same time. We have this roundabout here. I'm not sure if it's quite small because from afar the city looks quite janky, and I want everything to fit nicely to be aesthetically pleasing. And speaking of aesthetically pleasing, I am now changing the roads and setting up the road hierarchy system. So we have a 4-lane, the diagonals will be the wide roads, and the grids will be just narrow strips of roads, because in Southeast Asia, narrow roads are the norm. And yeah, I'm just updating the roads here. I'm also going to be changing this roundabout. Still not quite sure on what type of roads I'll be using. I just placed down like 4-lane roads here. I think it should be, it's gonna be a tram road with bike, and it's gonna be a bit of a challenge, making it all connect properly. But yeah, that's a very, very nice roundabout. And just adding in some trees, just imagining what it will look like. But yeah, that is the grid all done. I'm not going to be fixing up the terrain, leveling it all properly. The lower part, the palace is actually located at a hill. I'm not quite sure if I am going to be elevating it or sloping it, because I haven't played the game in months. This video that you're seeing here, this time lapse, was still in January, so it's been quite a long time, and I'm just editing it right here, right now, in March. But you're gonna be watching this in April. Wow, this is a very, very long project, long overdue. School has been very, very hectic lately, especially in architecture school. You have to draw, you have a lot of things to do, a lot of traditional plates. First year we have to manually draw stuff. I mean, I actually did that back in high school when we had a subject like technical drafting, but now I'm doing it all over again, and I'm reliving the pain. But when you finish, you get your job as an architect. You don't really do like manual drawings of the site. No, you do everything on the computer, but you will still be drawing, like sketching, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. Now let's move on to the next part of this build, which will be the new station, the East Station. Because in Burnham's plan, there was Tutuban Station, which is here on the left, and there's another station, which is what I'm building here on the right. Now, I don't know if, the skinning of the city is quite weird. I deleted a lot of roads, a lot of changes will still happen, but this is for certain going to be here, and it's part of the radiating road from the Capitol building. So the Capitol building will be visible. Once you leave the station, you'll see the Capitol building, and it's super duper nice. Also, the narrowness of the road is giving very Paris, because Paris has a lot of narrow roads and wide boulevards. So that's the aesthetic that I'm going for here. And yeah, I'm once again following the grid here. I was trying to follow the plan, but I decided to just follow the grid that I already have here, because this eastern part of the city, or is this the west? This is the west, actually. This western part of the city is because the Magayon is flipped, like the bay is the north, and we're always building like this, so it's kind of like we're looking at the south. So this is the western part. Yes, the western part of the city, and I'm just going to be following this grid that we already have in place. This is where I was thinking on building Ortigas here on that square right there, but I'm not sure if the skyline of the city would fit properly there. So the train station will be the one to have new development, and I'm planning on making it like something like a very recent development. Yes, to form the skyline that we know and love today. But yeah, that is me just looking out what we still have to do, smoothing things out, all that kind of stuff. And I guess I'll be going into the live play. Oh wait, tip you guys, if you're building roads and if it's, it's quite small, you have a lot of nodes, and if we want to like reduce the nodes so that we don't reach the limit, I'm using, what do you call this? This is the tool, the mod, and I'm reducing the nodes that are like only intersecting nodes are allowed, no middle nodes, so that we can save it. But yeah, let's now go into the live play. Ayo, what is going on, you guys? Alejandro here, and welcome back to the episode of Magayon. In this episode, we are going to be looking at what has changed in Magayon, because we haven't been here in months. Well, I haven't. You might have watched videos recently, but I haven't been here. I haven't played the game since January, so it's been 2 months. So in the gaming world, it's like 2 years, so I am a little bit confused. I'm still refamiliarizing myself with the controls and everything that I built here, but basically I haven't been active these past 2 months because I've been very busy with school. And first year of architecture school, we have a lot of manual plates where we actually draw stuff and paint stuff. It takes a lot of time, and I haven't been able to give enough time to Cities Skylines, and editing takes a lot of time. Actually, like half of the production of Magayon is just editing, so I might change course in later episodes so that I would be able to push out more videos without being too heavy on my part. But yeah, let's get to this. Is going to be more of an what's happened, like an update video on Magayon, and we're going to be going above. We're going to be looking at it from the top view because this is where most of the change is. I haven't shown you guys all the changes that has happened. I've been trying to build suspense on that, but I haven't been. Magayon is it's a very rocky project for me. I'm not satisfied with everything that I've been building. Sakto lang, eme lang ang everything. But I love the specific places that I built, but connecting them, oh, that's super hard. And yeah, I have started off by reconfiguring the terrain. We're gonna start with terrain. Next, we're gonna go to the buildings or the roads. Basically, let's first start with the terrain. I wanted to build a better experience driving into the city. So now this bridge will connect through here. You will go through a mountain, and you won't be able to see the city, but once you exit the tunnel, you will have a very panoramic view of the city, which is amazing. You have another one here. This road goes from the east, the westernmost southwest, and it goes to the east. And I'm planning on the way that this will connect to the highway is that it will connect like this, or maybe like here. I still don't know where to put the airport. We have a lot of places that I still don't know where to put. Maybe the airport would make more sense here. I don't know. We'll see. I have also added in this river here. I mean, this river was here, but I added in some mountains to give it a bit more rural, and also divide the metropolitan area from the rural area, like a boundary, a transition area. Makati was the last urban place we built, and I've finished this square right here. I've filled this in. We have a lot of tall buildings. Yes, you have a lot of tall buildings here. Biking infrastructure. These are mostly residential offices. It's a mixed-use space. I'm quite happy with how it turned out, and we still have a lot of places to fit in. We're going to be having more tall buildings as we move outside, but there's going to be an exception. We're going to be having rich people area like Forbes Park. I think here, I'm not sure. I think this will be medium density, but the rich suburbs will be here, like the mansions of the city, the old money rich, like the second generation, third generation, or whatever. But yeah, that is the terrain in the city. I can get a little bit all over the place. But next is the river, the Tico River, the main river that goes through the city. It used to, you know, make this weird shape here. This will go straight, and then we have a very sharp turn to the right and go here like that. And it was a little bit unrealistic, so I decided to plop over. Well, it should be properly aligned, but I used the plan, image overlaid it on top, and then rerouted the river right here. The thing is that the river actually is a little too close to the road, the access road here. And originally in the plans of Daniel Burnham, there is no access road. If I can just show you guys right here. Okay, this is the plan, right? As you can see, we only have left, left, right, right. We don't have anything that goes straight through. And I think that makes a lot of sense. So I might remove it because we already have a very open linear park system here. And we're just extending it a little bit too long. I think the park might... I think this road... Yeah. The change will be that this won't be a road no more. This will be a park. And this will be the new main thing. But yeah, not a lot of people are using this road. And I think that this used to be where, when the city was still small, a lot of traffic would terminate here and then move there. But since the city grew, we have this now new ring road, which I will be redeveloping and connecting more properly. But we have this one. If you want to go from one place to another, you shouldn't be going here. From your Makati, you want to go here, you can just use this road or the highway, which I still have to fix. I'm going to be making it go further, I guess. But yeah, the major road changes that has happened is here. As you can see, this is very much diagonal lines. It took me so long to do this. The change that happened is that this part right here, this one, if you're familiar, this is the most viewed video, the sunken highway. I moved it here further out into the east so that it would actually make much more sense, because this is going to be a much older place. I'm going to be having, this place is going to have, I think, residential buildings that are close, row houses, I guess. And the palace, which is right here, which is supposed to be near the river, it's a little bit too close from the capital and too close from the walled city and everything. And a palace right here, of this scale to be built here. When I built the city, the scaling, everything was like, where should I put this? I think I should move this to a much more appropriate space, and I decided to place it here. Because in the plan, this is where a park is, like the Capitol Gardens, this huge swath of open fields there. So I think I will be placing that. So yeah, that's where it's going to be. And this place, this lateral thing, it won't be there anymore. This will be just a park, and this will now be the new thing, the right one. This is, I was planning on making this Ortigas Center, like this area right here, but we will be placing a western station here that will connect the city to the west, because that's the eastern station. Silangan is west, right? No, east. Silangan is east. Oh, Timog Silangan as siya nga ang Pilipinas. Anyways, the frame rate is super crazy. But yeah, we have a train station here that goes to there, and we have this station here that will go to here. Yes, this one goes out into there, this one goes out into here, and I might even place one here that goes into there. So we have 3 train connections connecting here, here, and here. I don't know where the station that will go under with this one, because this is the most developed place. We will be having, maybe this one will be the new large terminal that will connect here, here, and also here. Or maybe just here, here, and this one can go here and here. I don't know, it will still be under development. But we have a lot more changes that is happening in the city. Here we have the roads are the issue here. The thing is, we have a lot of roads leading to the same direction. We have one, two, three, yeah, it's moving from east to west, and we have a train station there. So we have too many roads, and this road right here, I'm not quite satisfied with it, but the space we built will not be moved. I'm quite satisfied with them, but the way that they're connected, it still has to be, worked on. I've added in more rivers as well. This is not a river. This is the sunken train station. It just got filled in by the water when I built new rivers. But yeah, I'm not even sure if I should put the station here, but we've already started building it, and we have actually built so much in Magayon that changing a lot will just make it a lot harder for me. So this old ring road used to go, and I've extended it further out, and this is going to be our literal highway. I don't know how to connect this place. It's still a bit of a mess, but yeah, that is the changes. Magayon is ever changing. I think that fits in a lot more better, like that, those buildings there. How is everybody doing? Yes, that is very nice. Very nice. Love that. Yeah. If you guys enjoy this quick video that I made, an update video on Magayon, please click like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you want to see next. And if you guys want to show your support to the channel so that I would be, incentivize me making videos, head on to my Patreon to become a patron and show your support to the channel. Patreon.com/Alejandro gets exclusive content, early access, and so much more. The save game is actually already there, so if you want to fiddle around in this messy place, this beautifully messy place, I'd highly recommend you do so. And yeah, that is all that I have for you guys today. This is Alejandro signing off. Bye.